Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Working Trader, where we look at the Euro USD and GBPUSD and come up with trade ideas for the day if there are any. So let's jump right into it. Looking at Forex Factory, today's a Wednesday. We have very high impact news. We have CPI today for the US. So that will definitely inject a lot of volatility. So let's see what we can expect to see today on the charts. So looking at the Euro USD, we've been in this pullback phase. We've hit this extreme demand that was unmitigated, and we've seen these multiple rejections, and price looks like it wants to go up. Now obviously we can see there is a bit of fair value gap right there, so it is likely that price could continue up to mitigate this gap or even to close it. Okay, and then we may have a bit of a reaction. Okay, and then maybe possibly continue bullish if the pullback is not complete, and we have reason to expect that the pullback could be complete because we have reached the unmitigated extreme. Okay, within the swing range. All right, so it is possible that the pullback could not be complete, and now price has risen to start going back up. Okay, and then on the pound dollar, it's the same story. We have this pullback, and we have mitigated this fresh level of demand. It was fresh when it was mitigated. Of course, we do have this extreme, which we do have that extreme, which has not been mitigated as yet. Okay, but from this point onwards, price has been rejecting and looks to continue bullish. So right now, obviously, we do not have as much certainty and confidence. Okay, simply because we have not eliminated any areas of supply as of yet on the daily. So but the expectation is that if price is to continue bullish, then now, because we've mitigated this demand area which was in discount, then we do have reason to believe that price could start pushing up, targeting the week high. Okay, so this is what we are seeing on the daily. So let's look at the 4-hour. So looking at the 4-hour, for both the pound and the Euro USD. So for the pound, this is, let me just expand. So for the Euro USD, our internal structure, sub-internal structure, was bearish until this point where where it officially changed into bearish internal. Okay, our swing still bullish. We do have this area of supply that has not yet been mitigated. Okay, so these are kind of roadblocks for price. So it is possible that price could then, it is possible that price could then just come in, mitigate this area. Okay, and then have a strong reaction coming back down, and possibly continuing, all right, to this extreme 4-hour POI. Okay, so we just have to wait and see, or price will just come in, possibly have a reaction, and then continue. Excuse me. Have a reaction and then continue bullish, and then maybe continue until it takes out this 4-hour POI, and then we do have all these levels of resting liquidity at the top. So it is highly likely that price could continue all the way until it takes out the week swing high. Okay, remember we are in a bullish swing trend. Okay, price has been pulling back, so in the short term we've been bearish, but the bearish trend could be over now, and price could be looking to continue going bullish. So looking at the 15-minute, Looking at the 15-minute, this is what we have. Price switched bullish internally, and then switched back to bearish internally, and then we broke structure. Okay, so price was pretty much doing this. All right, and then after a break of structure, so in this case with broken swing structure, we expect a pullback. All right, and then the pullback went all the way and actually took out the swing high. Okay, and took out the swing high, and after taking out the swing high, price came down, reacted to these areas, and then now it's come up, eliminated the high, and then made a lower low. Okay, so it is possible that price could continue lower, maybe towards these areas or somewhere towards these areas in discount. Okay, before it continues bullish. Okay, or so what we could also look to see is whether from this point onwards, so here we can see price did a sweep, okay, and then came in, make a lower low, all right, and close below, and then now Asia has made a reaction to the upside. We do have this area of supply at the extreme. We don't have anything in the middle of the range. This one has already been eliminated. Okay, so expectation now would be that maybe price will continue bullish, okay, towards this supply zone, and then we expect a reaction maybe towards this Asia lows. Okay, if we get that, or if we get any reaction from this area targeting 3R on the lower time frames, that would be more than enough. Okay, we may not have to actually wait until it hits these Asia lows. Okay, so those are two ideas that I have for the Euro USD. Okay, then let's look at the British pound and Euro USD. So right here we've been bearish internally. Okay, we've been bearish internally, breaking structure to the downside. After break of structure, we do expect a pullback. We've had a pullback, and then now we've eliminated this area of supply. However, all of this is still a supply range. Okay, and then this is the extreme, so we could see price come up to the extreme, mitigate, and then continue bearish. It is possible. Or we could start to see more of these supply areas failing. Okay, more of these supply areas failing, and if that happens, then that means price is now ready probably to attack this high. Okay, on the daily, remember on the daily that high is a weak high, so price could be ready to start attacking that. Okay, so looking at the 15-minute, looking at the 15-minute, looking at the 15-minute, this is what we have. So we've had a break of structure bullish. Okay, so price came up, came down, came up, came down, and then eventually came up and broke structure. Okay, so our internal, we had a break right there, and then our swing, that's where we had our break. So currently our swing range is now from there to there, and then we've had this reaction to come down. So what we can look to see today, my expectation would be maybe price to come up, sweep this high, come into this area of supply, and then maybe have a quick reaction, targeting a 3-hour trade from there, from the lower time frames. So that is one roadmap, one possibility. Something else, this area, okay, swept these highs, came down, make a low to break below these lows. Okay, so this is another strong area of supply as well. Okay, so price could just come in, mitigate this area and not even reach the area above. Okay, mitigate this area and also come down, and then we could be targeting these Asia lows. Okay, we could be targeting these Asia lows, or simply look for 1 2 3 from this area. Okay, so which may happen maybe towards the midpoint of Asia. Okay, so that's another roadmap that we could potentially see, or from this point price could just trickle down. Okay, take these lows again, and then we do have this area of demand right here at the bottom. Okay, we see we have this large imbalance, which is the decisional, okay, where we actually broke structure from the swing range. Okay, so price could just start to melt from this point onwards and then come into this area, and then we could be looking to go long again from that area. So those are the roadmaps that I'm seeing, possible ideas for the day. So obviously, as always, we wait to see what price presents and then we react accordingly. So other than that, those are the trade ideas for the day. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know how you are finding value in using this information as part in your trading. So have a good day, and Waking Trader out.